What's up, I'm Whit. I don't normally do 2 videos in a row from the same brand, but this Pagani just came in recently and it was so stellar and caught me off guard. I thought, why not show you this brand new model in time for the AliExpress sale? So here we go. Ah, upside down. Whoa. This is the PD-1793, an Omega homage, and a 38 millimeters, so I think a lot of people will like this smaller size. Let's get the wraps off. There we go. Wow. This is pretty slick. Okay, now again, we've got one of these logo-only Paganis, which I think a lot of people will pretty much go crazy over. I just tend to like that. I mean, it's a decent-looking logo, and I just prefer not to have their signature on the dial, so I'm all for this one. And that handset looks really good. Man, what are your first thoughts of this initial viewing of it? Leave a comment right now before you forget, and let me know what you think about this PD-1793. So I want to go in tight on this dial immediately. You can see this kind of textured sand dial, and it looks like the indices and chapter ring is printed, as is the numerals and any other script on the dial. And then you've just got that applied Pagani logo for that nice pop of, or splash of reflection, and that handset looks amazing, right? This is pretty good. Again, we're talking about Pagani Design, so this is basically just under $59 during the sale. Now, when I first saw the rendering of this watch, I was like others, had concerns of this rehaut. The way it looks like it's so deep, right? But I gotta say that in person, it's not really exaggerated as much as it was in those renderings, and possibly not even as much as it is on this video. As you can see, it's got some brushwork to that rehaut, so it kind of complements. It doesn't look like it's just out of proportion, you know, like it's just huge. It looks like it's more of a design flair. So glad to see that in person, that it works a lot better than it did in the pictures. And that brushing design is helped by the top side being brushed here on the case, and then you see the polished portion of the bracelet and the bezel, so that helps tie everything in. Here you go, the side mid case is brushed and then polished chamfer. So I really like the way that this is put together. This is a perfect bracelet for it, I think, having those brushed and polished features playing together. And so this is a stainless steel case, and then you've got a sapphire crystal that is slightly domed and protruding up a little higher than that bezel. The crown is push-pull, and it's got the Pagani Design signature on it. Solid case back, and you've got 100 meters of water resistance. Stainless steel bracelet, again with that brushwork that seems to match the top side of the watch head as well, and then polished on the outside links. Push pins for sizing. Nice dainty clasp. We'll get you the bracelet measurements in a minute here. You just got the Pagani Design logo on the fold-over safety latch. Double push button release, looks to be a pressed top side of the clasp, and then your hinges are milled. Looks to be 3 micro adjust positions. Man, I just noticed the brushing on the underside of the case as well. If they've done that before, I haven't really noticed it. For some reason it caught my eye here. Then of course that case back has it as well. You see a bit of polish and some brushing around where the printed words are. Huh. Kind of cool. All right, let's get the calibers out so we get some accurate measurements for you. 38.1 millimeters in diameter, lug to lug of 47.3, but those end links do take just a little turn in. I mean, it's just a hair. They don't quite go out all the way to the end of the lugs, you see that there. So between both sides, it takes almost a millimeter off. A case thickness of 11.2 millimeters. The crown is 5.8 millimeters in diameter. Odd bracelet alert, we've got 19 millimeters for the lug width, and it tapers down to 16 at the clasp, with the clasp itself being almost 18 millimeters. I mean, in the past, I think that'd be kind of a bummer that it's a 19 millimeter, but you know, so many aftermarket straps and bracelet companies are making the odd sizes now that I don't think it's as much of an issue as it used to be. So, yeah, no big deal there. But that definitely keeps it looking very slim, right? And I'm showing it coming at 118 grams with all links on the supplied bracelet. Okay, so you probably want to know what's running this watch. Inside is the Seiko VH31 sweeping quartz movement. This has got a tuning fork type crystal And the sweeping quartz gives you that fairly fluid ticking seconds hand. It gets about 4 ticks per second to kind of emulate a little bit more of the look of a mechanical movement. It's got about a 2-year battery life on this using cell 371 and a stated accuracy of about a plus or minus 15 seconds per month. Let me try it on, but first today I'll show you I'm wearing the Roadland Turbine Custom, the F016, and this thing I think is about as low as it's been in a while. I'll try and leave a link down below to the AliExpress store where I received mine. This is on an aftermarket strap. It comes on a leather strap that matches it really nice, but look at that. This watch is so charming. This has got a Seagull hand wind movement. This is like pocket watch movement. More on that you can check out in this video up here. There it is. All right, now remember I've got an 8-inch wrist, so this might just appear a little small on me, but not too bad. I think this is, you know, I'm finding more and more that I can get away with 38. You know, I used to think like 40 was my minimum, but now I'm like, well, I'll consider a 38. And again, with this one, it's probably, since it's all dial, there's not a lot of, you know, there's not a, a rotating bezel here. It's a fixed bezel. So the dial seems to be a little bigger than what normally, like say, a dive watch would be for a 38 millimeter. A skin diver, I imagine. But yeah, 8-inch wrist again, and this is with all links in. So I'd probably just be taking out one link, if any. I mean, it fits me kind of loose here. I've been wearing my watches a little more loose lately to wear them kind of in that position. But yeah, this one looks the part. I really like that handset. That is nice. Okay, about what we expected in the lume department. This looks pretty good at first blast of UV light. You can see there's C3 green on the indices, and looks like BGW9 blue on the numerals. Fading pretty quick, so this is basically par for the course. I mean, as an example, look at the tray here. Can you tell which one is the Pagani? So, I mean, you know, that part, just a little bit of a shame, but I don't know. At some point, I think that they're going to gather that that's one of the main and only complaints that as enthusiasts we have about their watches is that the lume is poor. Some people it doesn't matter, you know, I get it, but if you're a lume junkie like I am, it's not a make or break deal, but it's just one of those disappointing factors. So again, with this, you can see it's pretty, you know, fading pretty quickly. It's getting weak, so nothing to write home about. But man, other than that, it looks pretty good, right? Don't you think? So these are just under $59 US during the AliExpress sale. They come in 4 different colors. This darker blue. You've also got sky blue, which is more of a teal, and then black and brown. Overall, first impressions with this one, pretty good. I mean, that rehaut looks a lot better in person than I thought it would. Again, you've got a 38 millimeter, which is going to be a great size for a lot of people. And then the fit and finish seems to be on par for what you would expect from Pagani Design and what you would definitely expect from a $59 watch. Leave me your comments down below. Maybe check out this video if you got time. I'll catch you over there. I'm Whit with so many watches, so little time. And money.